Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Monday morning with Business Coach Maloy. And I know Mondays come with mixed emotions. Some of you are excited because the week feels full of possibilities. Some of you are already tired because Sunday night was spent worrying about pending systems, client calls, or that one customer who just doesn't seem satisfied at whatever you do. And it is the first week of the month, and I know a lot of entrepreneurs like me have cash flow, money, wages, salaries, expenses on the top of our mind. So mixed emotions on a Monday morning. But if that all sounds familiar and similar, stay with me today because I'm going to talk about something today extremely uncomfortable. Not theoretical, not motivational, very real, very practical. Uh, Let me start with a simple observation that I had. Yesterday, I saw a mug at a store, and it said just one simple line: You are the problem, not your demanding customers. When I saw that first, I found it extremely rude, almost arrogant, and even insulting. But the longer I sat with it and longer I kept on watching it, and especially somebody who, like you, who have been in business for 10, 15, 20 years, it start hitting a little too close to home. But today's conversation is not about blaming you. It is all about reclaiming the control that we may have lost during the course of the journey that we have been going through, and which is in fact leading us, a lot of us, into burnout, into misplaced expectations, into tiredness, into spending the Sunday brooding, etc., etc. So, simple observation from my coaching work: the entrepreneurs who complain the most about demanding customers are usually the most hardworking, sincere, and deeply committed to quality. They're not the one who are careless. These are the people who genuinely care. And ironically, that is where exactly they all struggle. So when you care deeply, you stretch, you adjust, you accommodate, you give benefits of doubt, you try to keep relationships intact. Over time, these good intentions quietly turn into weak boundaries. Then one day you wake up frustrated, asking, why are the customers so unreasonable these days? And here's the hard truth most people avoid: customers have not changed that much, businesses have become unclear. Now, let me ask you this question: how many of our customers do actually start a relationship with us with the intention of being difficult? They start pushing us when they feel unsure, unclear delivery timelines create nervous follow ups, loose commitments create repeated checking, flexible pricing creates constant negotiation, overselling during sales creates disappointment during delivery. Every gap in clarity creates anxiety, and anxiety always shows up as pressure. From a customer's perspective, they are not demanding, they are compensating for uncertainty. And think about it honestly: how many times has a customer escalated simply because they did not know what was happening? How many times did frustration come from silence, ambiguity, or mixed signals from different people in our teams? Customers push hard when they feel they need to manage the business themselves. That moment is where the problem truly starts. The Another reality is that most seasoned entrepreneurs, especially the ones who are extremely hardworking, extremely committed to their work, extremely committed to quality, take pride in flexibility. Flexibility helped you survive the early days. Flexibility helped you win business. Flexibility helped you build goodwill. And over time, flexibility without a structure becomes a chaos. Every exception trains the customer, every adjustment becomes a new expectation, every verbal commitment becomes a permanent assumption. And slowly, customers stop respecting the process because there is no visible process. And entrepreneurs say things like, this client has no boundaries. The uncomfortable reality is boundaries were never clearly defined. And let me ask you something. Pause for a second and think, how many of your current customer issues come from expectations that were never clearly documented, discussed, or enforced? And people who are watching me live on this program today, if this resonates with you, drop a yes in the comments, not for me, but for your own awareness. Businesses that rarely complain about demanding customers are not lucky. They're clear, clear scope, clear timelines, clear pricing logic, clear communication rhythm, clear escalation paths. Clarity removes emotions from conversations. When customers know exactly what will happen, when will it happen, and how issues will be handled, they relax. Trust grows when predictability increases. Customers stop chasing when they stop guessing. And here's the leadership shift that all of us entrepreneurs need to bring in. There comes a stage in every serious entrepreneur's journey where effort stops being the solution. The shift moves from doing more to designing better. Immature leadership reacts to situation. Mature leadership designs systems that reduce situations. The question changes from how can I handle this client to why does this business allow the situation to repeat? The question is uncomfortable, ladies and gentlemen, but the question is powerful. And here's a question I want you to think more carefully. If a new customer behaved the same way some of your existing customers behave today, would you onboard them? If the answer is no, then the behavior was trained over time. Training always happens, whether intentional or accidental. Today's conversation, ladies and gentlemen, on the first day of the 11th month of this year is not about beating yourself up. It is about ownership. Ownership gives control, blame removes control. Demanding customers are feedback, honest feedback. They highlight gaps in positioning, systems, communication, and leadership decisions. Fix the root and the symptom disappears because we all need to fix the root as we scale up. And next week, when I talk about scaling up, it's all about that crack in the wall that we ignored when we were growing up. When the root is fixed and the symptoms disappear, conversations become smoother, teams feel lighter, customers feel reasonable again. Not because customers changed, but because the business evolved. And as I close today, I want to end with one single thought. Every business gets the customer it is designed to handle. When you design the business, customer behavior automatically changes. This Monday, instead of dreading those difficult conversations, ask a better question. Does my business need to tighten, clarify, or redesign? And if the answer is yes, ask this question: what does my business need to tighten, clarify, and redesign? And once you get that answer, ask this of yourself, ladies and gentlemen: where do I need to change? Because our teams are watching us as entrepreneurs. The way I react to situation, the way my team is getting trained to react to that situation. Because once you answer all these questions, this will lead to growth. This will lead to peace. This will lead to scale. Thank you so much for joining me on this Monday morning. I know it has been a hard-hitting Monday morning, because my Friday was hard-hitting when I saw that mug. If this conversation added value, share it with any entrepreneur who would need to hear it. If you want to hear it again, it's there on the YouTube channels. You can go ahead and have a look. If you want to have a conversation with me on how to fix this, I am a call/WhatsApp away. Till next Monday, same place, same time. Have a fantastic Monday. Have a fantastic first week of the 11th month of the year. May we all close this fiscal year on a real high. Take care of yourself. God bless and see you next time.